everyone, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you all of my reptiles. I'm going to be filming everything I have, so I'm just going to take you on a little tour of all of the animals, show you everything I have. Without further ado, let's get started. So here we have my Chinese box turtle. This is Sheldon. There you go. He is a rescue, so that's why his shell is a little bit off. Basically, I don't think he had the right UV and supplements before I got him, but now he does. So there he is. He's in this 4-foot tank. He has his heat and UV. That's where he likes to sleep. Yeah, it's really spacious. He's got his cuddle bone and his food bowl. It's kind of where he's always chilling, eating. Yeah, there's Sheldon. So next up here is my blue-tongued skink. This is Rue. She is a northern blue-tongued skink, and she's in this 4-foot PVC cage. There she is. She's got her cork bark, big water bowl there, and then a little hide and a basking spot there. And her bedding is Carefresh, and I'm going to get a lot of questions about this, so I thought I would just answer it now. Northern blue-tongued skinks are a subspecies of blue-tongued skink that do not require a lot of humidity, so therefore Carefresh is a perfect bedding for them. I've never had any problems with it. I've used it for 6 years, so I've had her ever since she was a little baby, and I've never had any issues with it. So right now she has her Halloween Carefresh. It's really adorable. There she is. Yeah, so that's Rue, my northern blue-tongued skink. So there's Rue, there's Sheldon, and over here we have Scarif. He's in this little 10-gallon. He's my 3-toed box turtle. There he is. He's only about a year old maybe, so I haven't had him for that long. I got him as a 19th birthday present, so he's pretty cool. I bought him myself for my birthday, don't worry, it wasn't a surprise or anything like that. Yeah, so he's in this little 10-gallon, and yeah, he's doing really well. He's got his basking side over here, his food bowl, which just has some apple as a treat, and then he has his cool side hide over there, and he's just going for a little swim right now. So yeah, that's Scarif. Next to Scarif are my 2 Firebellied Toads, and they're in this little Nano Exoterra. There they are. I have 2. I haven't named them yet. I just recently got them. They're the newest additions to my reptile room. So they have a little pond feature here, some live plants, and then they have some climbing branches and things. They really are doing well in here. I haven't had frogs in a while, so I decided to get these guys. So over in this tank is my Columbian Boa seeker, and she used to be in a bin, but after I moved Houdini my Spandam on her to a new cage, I decided to upgrade her to this, so I'll show you her. So there she is. I'll put her morph on the screen because I can never remember it, but she's actually getting really big. She's probably pushing 4 feet now. She's probably my best eater too. She'll eat anything. She eats rabbits, she eats rats, quails, chicks, whatever I have for her. So there she is. Cage is still pretty bland right now because I literally just upgraded her, hoping to get more sticks and some plants for it. But for now, it's suitable. So over here we have my adult Crested Gecko tank. This is where I keep my breeders when they're breeding. I don't see any of them right now, but you can see they have lots of plants. This right here is a Chaflura. They have crotons. They have a couple crotons. There's some pothos. But yeah, that's their tank. Here's my baby Crested Gecko tank. I'm trying to see if I can find any. There's one little one there. I don't see him there. They just have their little reptile ledge there with Rapashi. Oh, there's one in the back. See a little tail. Yeah, it's my little babies. And next to them is my grow-up tank. So this is where I keep juveniles. I believe there's 3 in here. So let me see if I can find any. There's one of my favorite ones right there. It's really hard to see them, but there's one. So over here, I keep my Crested Gecko eggs. So currently I have 7 Crested Gecko eggs. I have 2 females and they lay all the time. So here's the little eggs there. And they're kept at room temperature. Crested Gecko eggs do not need to be incubated in an incubator, as long as your house is of normal temperatures. Down here is my Brazilian Rainbow Boa tank. It is a live planted vivarium. It's got water on this side. There's a waterfall there, which I've turned off right now. And then it's just full of plants and pothos. And it's really hard to see her. She's kind of, or him, sorry. He's kind of in the back there. I'll insert a clip of him on the screen so you guys can see what he looks like. But yeah, he's getting really big and doing really well. So down here we have my bearded dragon Phoenix. I said this in my last reptile room, but Phoenix is a rescue. She does have metabolic bone disease. I got her from someone that was only feeding her hornworms, and I'm guessing she did not have UV or anything like that. So she does have metabolic bone disease. I do have to hand feed her, but she's a really great bearded dragon. She's super friendly, and despite her disabilities, she's just always really happy, and she's great. She's a really great bearded dragon. So that's Phoenix. So next over here we have my Savannah monitor, and this is the biggest cage by far in my room, obviously. This cage is 6 foot by 3 feet by 2 feet. So it is an absolute massive cage. And here's its inhabitant. This is my female Savannah monitor. It's Houdini. Always hungry. She's doing absolutely fantastic in her new cage. She loves it. I did a whole video about her cage, so if you want to see that, it'll be linked in the description. It's changed a little bit. Some of the plants died, but I have found this one plant here. I'll show you. That does really, really well. She climbs on it. I don't remember the name of it, but she climbs on it, she walks on it, and it's been living. It's been doing really well. So I guess that one's a winner. I'm probably going to get another one. And yeah, so that's her. There's her little burrow, her basking spot. She's got really, really deep bedding. She's loving this cage. She's loving the space, and she's so much more friendly now because I'm able to interact with her more. So yeah, that's Houdini, my Savannah monitor. She's about 1.5 years, 2 years old now, so she's getting really, really big. She's about 2 feet long now, so there she is. So over here, we have another relatively new addition. This is my Solomon Island Emerald Green Tree Skink. And this is Jane. She's doing really, really well in here. She's in this 12 by 12 by 18. I'm not going to open it because she will jump out, and I don't want to chase her. So yeah, that's her little setup. She's doing really well. Hoping to get a male for her next year. But yeah, that's Jane. So over here, we have one of my prides and joys. This is Leia. She's my female Solomon Island treeboa. There she is. Always ready to eat. I just fed her yesterday, and she's already right at the camera for food. Let's see if you can see her there. There she is. She has a nice live planted vivarium. It's pothos, and there's some prayer plant in the back. She's got a beautiful waterfall as well. And next to her is the male. So this is Han. He is my other Solomon Island treeboa, and he is just as eager about food as she is. He's a little less bold. There he is. Also with a waterfall. And he does have a fern in the back, but he's kind of killed it by sitting on it, unfortunately. So next over here we have my oscillated skink tank. And obviously it doesn't look like anything's in there, but they are excellent burrowers, so let me see if I can find any. There's one of the adults right there. They're doing awesome. There's a breeding group of about 4 in here, and then there's a young one of their babies that grew up with them. So they have babies a couple times a year. They're adorable. And yeah, there's my oscillated skinks. And for those curious, they are a desert skink, which means they can be safely housed on sand. I personally use walnut shells, which seems to do really, really well. It's just the crushed up walnut shells. I believe it's like a Zoom-Ed brand or something, and that does really, really well for them. But they are a desert skink, and yeah, sand is perfectly fine for them as long as you're feeding them in bowls and things like that, and as long as you have the right temperature. And paction is really not a problem with these guys. So next over here is actually in my bedroom and not in my reptile room. And these guys are one of the coolest animals I have, and also one of the newest. And that is my pair of 4-horned chameleons, or quadricornis. And these guys are super awesome. This is the female. This is Violet. They're super cool species of chameleons. You don't see them too often. I was super lucky to be able to get a pair of them. And yeah, so this is the female. The females do not have horns, so if you're wondering why they're called 4-horned chameleons and they don't have horns, the males do have horns, the females don't. So this is the female Violet, so she does not have horns. And he is way at the bottom there. It's really hard to see him. If I can get a better clip of him, I will insert it on the screen. But yeah, that's my male. He's absolutely gorgeous, but he's definitely way more shy than the female. So these guys are a pretty difficult type of chameleon to keep. They do require it to be quite cold. They like it in the 60s and low 70s. They are a mountain species, so they also do require quite a bit of humidity and multiple sprayings per day. I also keep them with a dripper, and I'm hoping to eventually get a mist king system for them as well. They are also one of the most cool species in my opinion. You don't really see them very often, so I am keeping them in quarantine cages, and then once they're done with their quarantine, I'll put them in their full extra large repti breezes is my plan. I do keep them outside of my reptile room because my reptile room stays in the 80s, and obviously that is way too hot for these guys, so they are actually in my bedroom. So over beside my chameleons is my incubator. This is the Zoom-Ed Reptibator. In there I have 4 eggs from my normal female ball python. She was bred to one of my friend's banana ball pythons, so that's pretty exciting. I didn't really try to breed much this season, but I did end up getting this one clutch, so that's cool. I'll insert a picture of the eggs on the screen because I don't want to open the incubator. But yeah, that's my ball python eggs. So right here we have my female Kenyan sand boa. This is Alice. I usually do keep them on Repti chips or aspen, but I just ran out. So for now they're just on this dry forest floor. But yeah, there's my female Kenyan sand boa. You can see she's more of an orange color, and then when I show you the male, you'll see how different they look. They're actually supposed to be just normals, but they both look really different. So kind of interesting, neat breeding project. And right here we have the adorable little Jasper. So you can see he is much more yellow compared to Alice. Let's see if I can get a full body shot of him. There he is. They're each about 2 years old now. They're getting quite big. They grow so slow, but they're really good eaters, really feisty. And yeah, that's my pair of Kenyan sand boas. And then over here, hopefully you guys can see, this is my female Solomon Island ground boa. So I have the Solomon Island tree boas, and then I do also have a pair of Solomon Island ground boas. This is the female. My male is still at my work. I actually work at a reptile store, so he's being kept there for now. But I do actually also have a pair of the ground boas, which is really awesome. So this is the female. She's eating really well. And if you didn't know about the Solomon Island ground boas and tree boas, they're actually they actually normally in the wild would eat amphibians and lizards and things like that. And so in captivity, a lot of people can find it difficult to get them to eat rodents. But all of mine are eating rodents, which is really awesome. They're all very feisty on rodents. So yeah, that's my female Solomon Island ground boa, and she doesn't have a name yet. So over here is my male albino ball python. Here he is, getting nice and big. He's going to be getting an upgrade here soon, so I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, that's him doing great. His name is Tate. There he is. And next to him is my pastel champagne ball python male. And this little guy's name is Champ. Yeah, he's doing well too. The more he shed, the dustier he's kind of got that appearance. He used to be almost a solid white color, and now he is really, really dusty. And he also does have blue eyes. It's kind of really hard to tell, but he does have beautiful blue eyes. That's Champ. I don't think I've ever shown this guy, but he's also relatively new. I got him this year. This is my albino Applegate gopher snake male. This is Lust. I also call him Tequila as a little nickname. And there he is. He's super awesome. Just love him. He's probably one of my favorite looking snakes I have. He's also really, really feisty, a great eater, but he's super messy. I clean him almost every day because he's just so messy. Yep, and that's him. Down here is Togo. She's the mom of those eggs, so she's rather feisty. She just got her first meal after laying yesterday. So she's already eating, she's doing really well. She looks like she could go for another meal right now. Yep, that's Togo. She's just a normal ball python. So, next we have Host. He is my male Columbian Boa, and like I said, I will also put his morph on the screen as well, because I always forget. But he is going to be the future boyfriend of Seeker, the other boa I showed you earlier. And he actually just got upgraded into her old bin, so now he's got a ton of space as well. Yep, and that's Host. Okay guys, well this is a complete shock. I think we might have just found Ella, my lesser ball python, on some eggs. So let's take a look. I think this is her on eggs, so I'm super excited. And look at that! That is so awesome. These were not there yesterday when I checked on them all. That is so exciting. We have 5 eggs, so I'm going to set them up in an incubator. That is so exciting. So next right here, above Ella, is Penny, and she is my het pied ball python. Next here we have Bones, and she is my oldest and longest having pet. So I've had her since I was about 10 or 11 years old, so I've had her for maybe about 10 years now. And yeah, she's the OG. There she is. She's doing really, really well. She is such a sweetheart. The best snake. Here is Soleil. Soleil is my pastel het orange ghost ball python. She is just gorgeous. She also did lay a clutch of eggs this year, but they were all bad, unfortunately. But there's her pretty green eyes. She is gorgeous. Up above Soleil is Nevaeh. She is my biggest ball python. And she's just another big normal girl. Call her Nene for short. And last, but certainly not least, is my only adult male ball python. This is my Mojave. He's in deep shed. You can see there his really deep eyes. His name is Ollie. And there he is. He's going to be the father of those eggs I just showed you. So last, but certainly not least, for the snakes here are my corn snakes. This one looking at you right here is my male. He's an anery. His name is Bam Bam. And this little one right here, there she is. She's an albino Aztec Okatee, and she's a female. Her name is Daisy. So, they don't always live together. Don't worry. There they are. They are so sweet. They are another one of my OGs. I've had them just about as long as I've had Rue, my blue-tongued skink. So I've had them for about 6 or 7 years now. There they are. So over here, I have my little baby Vietnamese mossy frog. Kind of see him there. There he is. He's just in this little setup for now. It's kind of like a quarantine cage, just making sure he's all good. He's my newest addition. So just making sure he's all good to go. He's just got these little plants. He's got a little pump there, a little filter, and then another plant over here. They are a semi-aquatic frog, so they do need quite a bit of water. And then he also has a cork bark here, so he can sit above the water, and then he has lots of plant options, so he can sit outside the water completely. Yeah, so that's him. Vietnamese mossy frog. So there was all my reptiles. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing all of them. It was awesome to show them off. And yeah, so if you guys liked the video, if you want to see more, feel free to subscribe, like, comment, share, all that great stuff. That really means a lot to me. I really, really appreciate it. And if you guys have any video requests or anything you want to see in the future, let me know. I'd love to be able to put that out there for you. And yeah, so hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.